Hello everybody, it is me, Votonomous, and I am here, making this little video for you. I was originally going to do gameplay of Survivor on Dead by Daylight, but here I am wanting to talk about this, so there's probably just like killer gameplay in the background. I wanted to voice my opinion on crossovers with Dead by Daylight that aren't horror related. But before we get right into that, one thing, make sure you subscribe. Really helps out the channel. And like, too. That helps out the channel a lot as well. But, so, Dead by Daylight is crossing over with two things that aren't horror related currently. It's going to cross over with For Honor, and it's going to cross over with PUBG. Now, the PUBG and For Honor crossovers are different from each other because For Honor is coming to Dead by Daylight, but PUBG, Dead by Daylight, is actually going to PUBG. So, PUBG isn't actually coming to Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight is coming to PUBG. So, I wanted to give my opinion. I wanted to voice it. I wanted to see how people thought of all of this as well. I want to see if I'm alone in this thought process. So, starting with the PUBG crossover, I think that's completely fine. I think, personally, adding Dead by Daylight to any other game is completely fine by me. Like, if there was a trapper skin in Fortnite, that wouldn't bother me. Right? Like, Dead by Daylight can go into any other game. I don't care. Right? I see that as completely fine. So, Dead by Daylight going to PUBG is completely fine by me. I don't see an issue with it. I don't think anybody sees an issue with it. If somebody does see an issue with it, I couldn't understand why. But, I don't think this PUBG crossover is bad. Now I'm going to talk about the For Honor crossover. Because apparently, the next chapter is For Honor. And they are going to be making an original killer in the For Honor universe coming to Dead by Daylight. I don't really know how to feel about it. Because okay, look. If any horror license were to come to Dead by Daylight, sign me up, right? I don't care what horror license comes to Dead by Daylight. I don't. Like, if it was like Scooby-Doo, I wouldn't care, because that's still technically it's in the realm of horror. It's kids horror, but it's still horror. So honestly, I would be fine with like something like Scooby-Doo. My point is, anything horror related, like Killer Clowns or Slender Man or literally anything, you could even put Doki Doki Literature Club in there, anything that is horror, I don't have a problem with. You could sign me right up for it, even if I don't know what it is. If it's horror, that's completely fine, because it fits the game. Because me, myself, I personally think that anything horror related can fit DBD. But For Honor is not a horror license. They have to make an original killer within the For Honor universe to then bring to Dead by Daylight. And it's not like For Honor is making this killer. Behavior is. So, I don't know how to really feel about that. Like I want to restate this. I don't care what horror license comes to Dead by Daylight. I really don't. But if you're not horror, I don't know how to feel about something like that coming to Dead by Daylight. Because I just don't think it makes any sense. Right? Because then at this point, why not add, like, I don't even know. Why not add Fortnite to Dead by Daylight. Fortnite's got, like, horror skins or whatever, but it's not a horror game. So you could technically add Fortnite, then, to Dead by Daylight. And I wouldn't want that. Dead by Daylight going to Fortnite, who cares? Fortnite coming to Dead by Daylight, that would be stupid. Right? Because it's not horror. So, it's not that I'm mad that a license that I wanted didn't come to the game. It's that a non-horror license is coming to the game. Does that make sense? Right? Like, I don't know if I'm crazy for that. I don't know if I'm a complainer. And I'm not trying to gatekeep, right? I'm not trying to do that. You know, I'm sure there are For Honor fans that are like, oh shit, it's coming to Dead by Daylight, let's go. And that's good for them. I just feel weird about it, because I don't really feel like it fits. That might just be me, though. I don't know how people react to these things. I don't really follow a lot of Dead by Daylight stuff on social media. And the stuff that I do follow on social media, I don't look into the comments because I'm scared to. Because people can be brutal. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about For Honor. So, like I said, Dead by Daylight coming to PUBG. Fine, sure, whatever. Dead by Daylight could go to anything. Dead by Daylight could go to, like, Fortnite, Call of Duty, whatever the fuck. I don't care. Because that's not Dead by Daylight. That's another game taking Dead by Daylight for, like, a Halloween event. And that's what this is. PUBG is taking Dead by Daylight for a Halloween event. So, I think that that's completely fine. I really don't have an issue with it. If they were to bring PUBG into Dead by Daylight, then I'd have an issue with it. Like, unless it's like a charm or something. Right? Like, charms are fine. And there were For Honor charms in Dead by Daylight. I had no issue with it. But a whole chapter for Honor seems a little bit weird. And the fact that they have to create the killer, like there's no killer in For Honor, or no character in For Honor, that they're even taking, they're making an original character. Like, at that point, why not just make it an original chapter, you know? Like, I don't understand, because, like, that's like, for sake of argument, that's like, if they took Marvel and put it into Dead by Daylight, but they created a completely new superhero or supervillain to put in DBD. Like, then what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, that might as well just be an original chapter at that point. So, like, even for the For Honor fans, I don't see how that's really hype. Because it's like, oh, gee, they're bringing in this one guy that doesn't exist in the For Honor games. I don't know. I feel weird about this chapter. I just wanted to voice my opinion about it. And see if I'm alone or not. I don't know. I would have taken literally any horror thing. And even if it was... I don't agree with non-horror things coming into Dead by Daylight, personally. But even, like, if you were to go full on and say, yes, we are bringing For Honor into Dead by Daylight, why not pick a character from For Honor? Because, like, I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. So what, the lore for the character is going to be For Honor based? For normies, that doesn't matter. Because, like, they're going to look at the perks, and they're going to look at how the killer is played, and how the killer looks. No, there's a lot of people that don't even read the lore for the game. Right? So, like, I don't know. That's kind of weird. This is a weird decision, right? If this was an original chapter, then it's an original chapter. I wouldn't have cared, right? But since it's a license chapter, we're using up a license here for Honor, and we're putting in a character that doesn't exist. At least that's what the leaks are saying. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and bash it. I'm not gonna sit here and say, fuck that. It's not allowed to be in Dead by Daylight or anything. Like I said, I'm not gonna gatekeep. You know, there are tons of things that I want to see in Dead by Daylight that a lot of people don't want to see in Dead by Daylight. And, I'm not going to stoop to that level and say, fuck that, For Honor can't be in Dead by Daylight. Hell, I wasn't even too big of a fan of Resident Evil getting a second chapter. But I was like, you know what, fuck it. There are a lot of people that like Resident Evil. Maybe it warrants a second chapter. I was personally hoping for Lady Dimitrescu, by the way. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I'm not gonna gatekeep For Honor. That's completely fine. But my opinion on it is I kind of disagree with non-horror licenses coming into Dead by Daylight. Like, I just don't really see it. I don't understand why that's a thing. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Especially when you have to make the killer. You have to make this killer from scratch. I don't understand, Unless they take a weapon from For Honor that's, like, really powerful. I don't know jack shit about For Honor, gonna be honest. But unless you take, like, a weapon from For Honor and you give it to this killer, then, like, okay, I guess you're putting For Honor shit into this character. But I wouldn't know that. I guess people, for the For Honor fans, would. But, I don't think I'd Google search the sword of whatever the fuck this new killer is using, or whatever weapon they're gonna use, or what helmet this character is using, or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's weird to me. It's weird to me. If you're a For Honor fan and you're happy about this, cool. If you're a For Honor fan and you're not happy about it because they're making an original killer for For Honor, let me know. Because, like, I'm really intrigued into hearing, like, people that aren't For Honor fans, like, what they think about this, and people that are For Honor fans and what they think about this. I'm curious, honestly. So, I don't know. My 2 cents is, I really don't agree with non-horror licenses coming in. But stuff like Dead by Daylight going to PUBG, I think is completely fine. Right? Like, they could announce a Trapper skin for Fortnite tomorrow, and I'd be like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. Like, I wouldn't care. Because, like, I don't know, we have a lot of horror licenses that we still haven't hit. Like, let's just exclude, because the obvious one on my channel is Five Nights at Freddy's. So let's exclude that. You got Slender Man. You got Doki Doki Literature Club. You got Friday the 13th, obviously. You got Alien. You got Predator. You know what I mean? You could try to fit in Chucky somehow from Child's Play. Like, there are a lot of options. You could do, like, one-off movies like Willy's Wonderland, or you could try to do Doctor Sleep or something, like, or The Shining, It, like, we have a lot of chapters. There, you could do Dead Space, like, there's a lot of chapters that still haven't been hit. Last of Us, that's getting a TV show. Like, there's a lot of horror licenses we still haven't hit. And going for a non-horror license is a little bit of an odd choice. But that's my 2 cents on it. Well, let me know what you guys think. I'm curious. I really want to know. Leave a comment. I will be engaging with your comments. So let me know what you guys think. I'm very curious. And yeah, like and subscribe. That's about it. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.